Hey, congregation, this is going out to one of the congregation members at Chuck Norris, and he said we need to talk about or give our thoughts on Daniel Perry. So we're going to start right now. Governor Greg Abbott pardons Daniel Perry, veteran who killed police brutality protester in 2020.
Mm.
A Travis County jury sentenced Perry to 25 years in prison last year, prompting Abbott to ask the state parole board to review his case. And there he goes.
Yeah, I guess that's him, Daniel.
All
Okay,
right,
okay,
we go
okay.
down. Okay, and it says more than a year after Travis County jury convicted Daniel Perry of murdering a protester in Austin, Governor Greg Abbott pardoned Perry, 37, on Thursday, shortly after the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles recommended a full pardon. A Texas State District Court judge sentenced Perry in May 2023 to 25 years in prison
Mm.
for shooting and killing U.S. Air Force veteran Garrett Foster during a 2020 demonstration protesting police brutality against people of color.
Mm.
One day after a jury convicted
Sounds like
Perry,
BLM.
yep, it was part of BLM, so
Mm-hmm.
that is true. So one
Yeah.
day after a jury convicted Perry, Abbott directed the parole board to review the former U.S. Army sergeant's case. Among the what's that voluminous files reviewed by the board, they considered information provided by the Travis County District Attorney, the full investigative report on Daniel Perry, plus a review of all testimony provided at trial. Abbott said in a statement announcing the proclamation that absolved Perry, Texas has one of the strongest stand your ground laws of self defense that cannot be nullified by a jury or a progressive district attorney.
Mm. So it was self-defense.
Yes,
That's what they say.
that's what they say. We can go back in it and just
That's what
see
they say.
what
Let's
led
see.
to it, though.
Let's go.
The trial continues for Daniel Perry for the murder of Black Lives Matter protester Garrett Foster. The trial began with Perry maintaining his plea of not guilty of the incident on July 25, 2020.
Guilty or not guilty? Not guilty, Your Honor. The court accepts your plea of not guilty.
The state is saying Perry intentionally shot Foster, but Perry is saying it was self-defense.
He believed he had no choice, regrettably, but he had no choice. He was in apparent danger of being killed, 0.2 of 1 second. He had no choice but to use his gun to defend himself. And that's why he carried the gun in the Uber.
Some of the protesters did admit to kicking and yelling at Perry and his car. Witnesses demonstrated on the stand how Foster was holding the gun.
Across his chest, he had it slinged across the front and would always be holding it downward.
When he came up to the car, it was about, I'm not talking about when he came up to the car, I'm talking about when he was 50 to 100 feet away from the car. Okay, well, pretty much the whole time.
911 calls and police body cam footage was played in the courtroom.
He was visibly distraught. I remember his hands were shaking. In speaking with him, I could hear the quiver or nervousness in his voice. It was obvious that he'd just been involved in a traumatic incident.
Perry shot towards Foster. According to the autopsy, Foster had a total of 4 gunshot wounds. And based on the location of the wounds, it was most likely Foster was leaning towards the left to see in the car. This trial is set to continue Monday morning at 9 a.m. In downtown Austin. Jessica Rivera.
Well, we see how they had it sling arms.
Yeah, you see,
Thank you, editor.
That
for
was
that.
a witness. A witness seeing the guy come up to the car like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
So
Would that
do
be
you think it was self-defense for Mr. Perry if the guy came up to his car like that? Because they were kicking, screaming at his car.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was out there searching for somebody to take out.
That added on to I say the sequence of events, because you don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. So
Yeah, you don't.
could you reasonably be in fear of your life? Somebody's
Yes.
walking up to your vehicle. Now we
Yes.
see a better picture. Somebody's walking up to your vehicle and sling arms, but it's a crowd too, and people kicking your car. We always
Yeah.
talk about mob mentality.
Yep.
So I'm by myself. I got somebody in the car with me, whatever. Okay, I might do the same thing. You
Okay.
could do the
Okay.
same
Okay.
thing. It
Because
is
I
reasonable.
was trying to see where you were gonna go with
Well,
this one, brother.
it's
Because
reasonable. It's
yes,
reasonable
yes,
to think that that was self-defense. Okay.
yeah, it's reasonable, of
Yes, it's
course,
reasonable.
because he wasn't out there looking for trouble. The dude brought the gun like that. If he
Yeah.
had it like that, man, come on, brother,
Yeah.
come on,
And-
and it's a protest. So why
right.
wouldn't it? Even if you got the right to carry, why would you hold it like that? Why would
Well,
you hold it?
it should have been. We know it should have been.
Slinged,
That barrel should have been down,
pointed
just
down.
pointed
Yes.
straight down.
Yes, that's how it should have been. But no, it was pointed in the direction of the individual, and
Yes.
he reacted.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get it. Somebody did pass away from it, but it's self defense.
Yeah.
To me, I
So-
see it self defense. You agree with me, Mitch? It's
Well,
self defense.
on this one right here, we see how they're explaining it and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole totality of circumstances. It's reasonable to believe that he acted in self-defense. I would just say
Mhm.
that. So yes.
Now, I gotta do the devil's advocate. I
Okay.
always do it. I
Yes,
always
you
do
do. And
it.
you so good
So-
at it.
So, if he came up to the car looking like that, go back up, please. If he came up to the car looking like that,
Mm-hmm.
but he's facing the car, so his shoulders are square to the door. The car, the weapon is not pointing into the car. He's looking in the car, just cradling it like a baby,
Well, Kane,
like that. What are your thoughts?
Kane, it still could be, because they said 2 point something seconds. Even if he's still shot and he looked, why are you peering into the car? Why are you doing that when you have a rifle and you have it sling arm? Why are you doing that? With
Well, he
everything
has
that's
it like
going
this,
on.
brother.
If he
has
have it like
this.
that,
he don't have it angled. Now, the way that the guy looking and the way his eyes are pointing, that could be a way he can come sideways to the car.
right. But
Right?
you're saying the
But let's
barrel
say
is
he-
pointed opposite.
Yeah, it's pointing towards the rear of the car. It's
Oh,
pointing
okay.
towards the rear of the car, and he's coming cradled just like that.
Well,
And he
that-
sticks
that-
his head straight in. His shoulders are square to that door. Let's say if it's the passenger's door or the driver's side, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
That's how it
But
looks.
the barrel, yeah, that
The
could be a
barrel is
different
pointing
thing.
to the rear.
Yeah, the barrel's pointing to the rear. So right now you don't have it can only take a split second, but if it's pointing that way, I have my gun in standby. I have my gun in standby. Or whatever. I would have my gun in standby.
But
If he
then
make
would it
a
be
sudden-
justified though? But then would it be justified if that was his stance the whole time?
No, I don't think so. It might not be
See,
justified,
things
but that's
change.
it
Things
changes.
change.
Yes, in a split of a
Yes.
second. And that's when you would have to make what's the classic statement? I felt in fear of my life.
Mm-hmm.
It only takes a quick turn and the hand is already, look where his hands are located. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
it
see
don't
it.
do nothing but just
I know it
pull
doesn't
the
take
trigger. Yeah.
time, but it's still not pointing. Because
Yeah.
I think, and you may can correct me, but when it comes to officers, they don't engage unless it's aimed at them, right?
Right. Once it started raising up, yes.
Yeah, because you can walk up on somebody, an officer can walk up on them and not, engage until he points it at them, right?
Yes, they do that until they're
Right,
about to attempt.
Yes.
Attempt.
They just sway it.
Attempt.
That sway.
That sway can
Would be
change a
enough.
whole lot of things.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. So if that's the case, then did he sway or did he not sway? Do we know?
No, we don't know.
He
But
may have came, like I said, he may have came up to the window just like that. Shoulders square to the door. Barrel pointed to the rear. and just cradling it like a baby, like that. That may be it. Or that could be how his posture, and he's sideways looking into that car. Of course. Of
Oh
course
yeah,
he's
oh
going to
yeah,
get
oh
hit.
yeah,
Of
oh yeah.
course he's
I
going to
agree
get
with
hit.
you on that. I agree with you
Yeah.
on that,
Yeah.
100%. But
Uh-huh.
he got off. You know,
It took some time, but
it did take some
he
time.
did get convicted though.
Oh yeah, he got convicted.
Jury
You
of
know,
years, he did get
it could have
convicted.
been, you know, how they saw the how
What?
they saw
This
it,
same thing.
and then it could be an emotional jury too. You know,
Yeah.
so we can say Greg Abbott, you know, having them look back at the case and everything and
Mhm.
pardon them, and if it was just like they said right now, is it reasonable? That's all we're talking about, family congregation. Is it reasonable to believe that you would be in fear for your life if you was in that same situation?
Yeah.
It's reasonable, I think.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there can be some avoidance. Yes, I don't know if he was just driving, he was in traffic and he walked up to him, or if there was a way to
well,
escape.
well,
You know,
Kane,
it's so many variables. It's so many
yeah, but
variables.
Kane, I'll tell you this, and this just on a whole nother level.
Mhm.
Yes, in some places you can carry your long gun, your rifle around, just walking around, even walking around
Mhm.
the neighborhood or
Yeah.
walking around. But you know, uh, when we have events, you know, it's protesting and things of that nature. Why do it? I know you can.
There's no point.
I think so too. I'm
Yeah.
surprised that you would say that. Like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there's no
just
point.
go.
There's no
You
point
know,
in having it there. I
yes, I
understand
don't
he
think
may
so
think
either.
it's his constitutional right to
Yeah,
carry in that particular state, or he has whatever
yeah,
concealed carry, whatever he has. Right?
yes.
Let's say he had all those different things, but is that the? Do you feel like you're life threatening in places of such?
Well, I'm
Do you
just
feel
gonna
like you
carry it
need
just in case.
just in case? Well,
A lot of things
let
happen.
it be sling then. It could be slinged across his back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It could have been slinged across his back, and he just walking forward protesting. That's it.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You ain't even gotta have it at the ready. For what?
Hmm.
Who's coming after you? See,
I got you on that.
congregation,
I got you on that. I
congregation.
understand.
I need y'all to input. Chuck
Let us know.
Norris, he put us on to this.
Yes.
I wasn't following this, but big ups to him. But what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this whole situation? Yes, he pardoned. Should he have been pardoned?
Hmm.
This is what we getting from the eyewitness and how the assailant or Daniel Perry was holding the not Daniel Perry, I'm sorry, Foster was holding the weapon.
And
You know?
somebody.
So let us know what y'all think in the comments. Go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah. Now I'll leave it alone after this. But somebody walking up to your vehicle and you
Hmm.
thinking you in the vehicle, so you sitting low unless you in a big truck or something.
Yeah.
That barrel could be almost pointed right where your head is, right where eye level, depending upon look how high it is right there. You know,
That could be.
I mean, you
That
know,
could be, but remember, he could be not pointing at the
mhm,
car. It could
and
be pointing in the rear.
yeah,
Too.
oh yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
we'll say
Yeah.
justice prevailed. Some people will
It's
say, and some
crazy.
people will be upset about it. But
Yeah.
I
Let us know
appreciate you,
what y'all think.
Chucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, putting us on to this. And yeah, y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think about this, man.
Mhm.
It's interesting. And now he's out on the streets, you know, Daniel Perry, you know, he got exonerated, so he's good to go. But do you think that was you know, when you really look at it and you exonerate it, are you saying that his life was lost because of him or because of Mr. Perry? Foster is who I'm talking about. Because if you look at the whole situation, Perry did take his life, but they think it's self defense. So since it's
Right,
self
it's
defense,
because of
then
the actions
yeah,
of the
actions
killer.
of Foster. Foster did something
Yes,
wrong,
yes, yes.
which he shouldn't have. No matter how much yelling going on, the whole thing would be different if he was using his car as a weapon. That's different. That's different. If
Oh yeah.
Daniel was using his car as a weapon and he aimed it at him, and then dude got the shot off before he could, I get it. It's different, but that's not what's being said. So
Roger that.
anyhow, All right, man. That's all I got, man. I was just trying to slide that in.
Oh, I
Let us
appreciate
know.
all your point of views. You know, you done took us all 360 degrees around for it. So we got
have
you,
to.
Dr. Kane. Okay.
And
Let's
that's the
go.
uncomfortable truth. Hey, baby.
Do something. Let's go.
For sure. Below, right below me, hey, we have a playlist of similar interests and social issues and things that you are interested into. Click on it.
And congregation, just where I'm pointing. This is what YouTube recommends for you to watch because of the content that you've seen of us. Click it.
For sure.
Watch
Do
it
it for us.
and
Below.
share it.